Moscow says that it's too early to discuss a summit between the Russian and American presidents. France had earlier announced an agreement in principle between US President Joe Biden and Russian leader Vladimir Putin to a meeting over Ukraine. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov says that there are currently no concrete plans for a Biden-Putin summit. But he did say that a meeting was possible if it were deemed beneficial by both leaders. The White House said Mr. Biden had accepted the meeting in principle, but only if an invasion hasn't happened. Meanwhile, Ukraine has thrown its support behind a summit between US and Russian leaders. Kiev hopes that the talks would lead to Moscow pulling back troops from its border. Kiev also says Ukraine should be involved in discussions between the two leaders because nothing can be solved without Ukrainian participation. While Kiev said that it welcomes any effort in diplomatic solutions, the country's foreign minister has called on the European Union to start imposing some sanctions on Russia. He says that this would show Moscow the EU is serious about preventing war in Ukraine.
This is the message that I will convey to my colleagues today, that we believe that there are good reasons, good and legitimate reasons, to impose at least some of the sanctions now, to demonstrate that the European Union is not only talking the talk about sanctions, but also is walking the walk.
However, the EU has rejected the idea of immediate sanctions on Russia. The bloc's foreign policy chief says he still sees room for diplomacy, and he would convene an extraordinary EU meeting to agree on sanctions when the moment comes. EU foreign ministers are meeting in Brussels today to discuss the Ukraine crisis.
It's about sanctions. I know you are very much worried about sanctions. The minister will continue knowing about the situation. In fact, the work is done. The work is done. We are ready.
So why don't you pose them now?
I will call for an extraordinary meeting of the Foreign Affairs Council, and I will present the sanctions at the right moment.